here we are again broadcasting live from Guelph, Ontario, Canada, center of Dr. Ling's world headquarters of No BS Tutorials. Grammar, why is it important? A lot of people look at me and think, but Dr. Ling, we ain't never going to use this in the real world. I can do spell check online. There are certain things that online grammar checkers do not catch. They are never going to be as sharp as the safety switch between your ears, the thing that called your brain. Watch and learn. If we take a look at a sentence, I'm going to assume, and this is true in any language in the world, that you know what the difference is between a noun and a verb. A noun is a person, place, or thing. And you all know that a verb is an action word. Where there's an action being committed, there must be a thing or a noun doing it. So in this sentence here, which is of course the famous cliche about the panda, eats, shoots, and leaves, the thing that's doing the action is the panda. So we can identify this as a noun. And it also happens to be the subject of the sentence, because not all nouns are doing what's happening in the sentence, which is the action. So if we look at the verb, the panda is doing something. It is eating. And it also happens that it's doing two things at once. It's also shooting, at least the way this is punctuated. And this is why I'm going to come back to why grammar is so important. Precision counts. It is the difference between whether the car crashes, the bridge blows up, or the patient dies. We will talk about this in mathematics as well. So, we have the noun here, which is doing the action. Therefore, this noun is also called the subject. The subject is doing the action of eating and shooting. Therefore, eats is a verb, shoots is also a verb. Because the sentence, it can be divided into two parts. Everything associated with the subject, this is called the whole subject over here. The rest of this sentence here, which has to do with the action, is called the predicate. That includes the verb, or in this case verbs, because we have two, and everything else that goes with it. There's a third action here, which is to say that the panda is leaving. Now, if we were to actually punctuate this sentence correctly, we would end up with something that looks more like the following. A panda, of course, rarely ever shoots a gun and then leaves. That's not to say that they shoot a gun and stick around. The fact of the matter is most pandas that I've ever come across are not licensed to carry firearms. So what's really happened is that if we take the normal sense of this, and again, grammar checks will not catch this, a panda eats, shoots, and leaves. In other words, what the panda is doing here, panda is still the subject, what it is doing, it is eating, and it is eating something. So now, shoots, of course, become a noun, because it is a thing that the action is being visited upon. And the leaves are another object. By just getting rid of those two little old commas, we have now completely changed the sense. Same words, same word order, different punctuation. And the different punctuation, which is the removal of those two extra commas, has now changed these two words, shoots and leaves, from verbs into nouns. The sentence now actually makes sense. The panda is the subject, it is doing the action of eating, and the things that it is eating, nouns, are the shoots and leaves. There's an even worse example. I'm just going to flip this around to save a lot of erasing. Those of you who have seen this particular example before, a woman, comma, without her man, comma, is nothing, will probably react like this, which is the first thing that I saw the first time I ever saw this sentence. A woman without her man is nothing. In this case, subject is a woman. Subject, which always has to be a noun. Without her man is what is called a prepositional phrase. We can actually take this out of the sentence, and what we really are left with is a woman, what is she doing? She is being. Is, this is the verb, and therefore also the predicate of the sentence, is nothing, and what she is nothing. A woman, here is the subject. Predicate is nothing. If we change the punctuation again, like the other sentence, we change the sentence completely. Like so. a woman. Move the comma. And let's put an exclamation mark here for emphasis. Now we notice that a woman, without her, man is nothing. Because we have the colon here, it simply means that a point follows. So the sentence really could start here. Without her, man is nothing. This time, the subject has now shifted so that it is man. Subject, which is always a noun. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Man, preposition. Without her, woman. Man is nothing. Same verb, is, but the subject has shifted. Now, of course, everybody feels a whole lot better when the grammar has been corrected. If you still think grammar doesn't matter, you may wonder why you spend the rest of your natural life having your job applications or your business plans or other things in writing rejected. I'm here to save you from a fate worse than grammar death.